Hey everybody, welcome to another live stream. Can you believe it? 2 nights in a row? Last night, Quake Remastered, and now we've got Diablo 2 Resurrected. A lot of remaster stuff going on here. But guys, the beta, I should say the open beta started up today. And I figured, you know what, let's do a short stream here and play a little bit of it. Because I haven't played Diablo 2 in a very long time. And there's good reason for that. I actually absolutely loved the first Diablo that came out back in the 90s. Played quite a bit of it. And I played a lot of Diablo 3. Like hundreds of hours of that with a friend of mine. We played a lot of it. I have since retired from Diablo until 4 comes out. But 2 looked pretty interesting. Because, you know, for several reasons, I didn't play Diablo 2 when it came... Well, I should rephrase that. I actually bought Diablo 2 when it came out originally. And I was super looking forward to it because I love the first game so much. And what ended up happening was, while I was playing the game, the original graphics in it actually gave me motion sickness, if you can believe that. So I didn't end up playing a whole hell of a lot of it. And, you know, I think I still have my original Diablo 2 CD-ROM disc and everything, but I just never played it. I gave it a chance, like, every now and then, thinking, like, you know, maybe I was just sick that day, you know? Maybe I just wasn't feeling well that day. But every time I played it, it would, at some point I would play like 20 minutes and I would just feel nauseated and I couldn't play any more of it. So here we are jumping into Diablo 2 Resurrected. Hopefully the new graphics will actually not make me queasy. I have not played any of this yet whatsoever. So I am starting from scratch completely here. I do remember these characters too. But it seems you can't pick either of these. The Necromancer guy, I remember being pretty cool. He could do all kinds of summons on like undead characters and stuff like that. But we can't select those for whatever reason. They must just not be available or ready? I don't know. So who do we play as? The Amazon, skilled with the spear and the bow, Barbarian. I played a Barbarian in 3. Actually, I played every class in 3 over a couple times during the seasons. Paladin, Natural Party Leader, Holy Man, Blessed Warrior, Sorceress, or the Druid. Summons Wild Beasts. That kind of sounds cool, actually. Might have to turn the volume down just a tad here. Alright. I think we're going to try Druid out here. What do we want to call him? How about Droomin? That's creative, right? Alright, we got Droomin here. Let's jump in, shall we? The updated character models definitely look good. From what I remember.
Good day.
Oh yeah, this definitely looks like Diablo 2, that's for sure.
Greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Lutga Lane before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive then, I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more.
Well, alright then. Forgot how wordy it was at the very beginning. Okay, so I'm moving the character around here, just testing to see if this is going to make me queasy. I guess we really gotta kind of jump in and see. Oh wow, the map looks exactly the same. I also heard from a friend that you could actually toggle between the old graphics and the new, so we're going to have to do that once we get a second here. Let's see, auto map, chat mode. Oh, you hit G. Okay, so let's do that real quick. Oh wow, yeah. So you see the movement of the character here, the way the ground moves along with the character. That just made me sick. But look at the difference here. That is crazy. For some reason, I remember Diablo 2 like looking so much cooler. Wow, what a difference. What a difference. Okay, I literally have no idea what I'm doing here, so let's just go for it. See what we can do.
Not here.
Let's see. We don't want to save and exit. Where did the hell go? Options. Just want to make sure we have everything going here. I'm going to turn the music down just a tad. Gameplay. Controls. Okay. Let's see, Scarecrow.com. What's up, buddy? Much has changed since you rendered here, my friend. All was 640 by 480 until Vicarious Visions came and remodeled our village. Isn't that right? Yeah, I forgot that Vicarious Visions did this. That's right. They're responsible for some great remaster stuff recently, though, right? I just can't... Look at the guy's walk cycle. It's so funny. Interesting. Man, we sure have come a long way. Stay a while and remaster my game. That's my Deckard Cain. Okay, let's do this. We're entering the Bloodmoor.
So it begins.
Control to hold there. What was... let's see, controls... Because there was running in this previously, right? Control. Ah, there we go. This running across the ground here, dude. This would make me queasy. But this is much better. Like, I could actually play this now. I'm very happy about that. Oh, here we go. Fallen Demons. And you guys let me know if the game sound is too loud. Not loud enough. I feel like it's... I feel like the sound effects are mixed really loud in this game, but maybe not. Yeah, it's why it is surprisingly good. AAA devs doing remasters. Remasters are usually the B team of AA studios. Yeah, right? They kind of pass it down to whomever, right? They're like, yeah, they could do this. But when you have a team in studio like Vicarious Visions cranking out some good remasters, man, there's nothing better. Got the chest, healing potions. Wow, enemies here do not give an F, do they? Inventory looks very similar to what I remember. This had to be quite a endeavor for those guys doing the remaster for this, though. Because, I mean, there's so much they had to update, especially if they were doing, like, you know, 3D versions of all the characters and everything. There's just so much you'd have to update. Now, I was thinking about all the weapons and the weapon models and all that stuff, too. There's just, like, a lot to it. I know a lot of people think a remaster or something like that, it's like kind of like, yeah, whatever, you know, it's just a remaster of an old game. How long does it actually take? But I mean, in some of these cases, you know, the studio has to sometimes build the game from the ground up, you know, at least certain parts of it, right? Hey, we got new stats and new skill. We're just gonna boringly kind of jab at zombies and other demon things here. Like, I remember when, on the 3DS, they actually came out with 3D versions of some of the old classic, like, NES games and stuff. I think they did that with some of the old Sega Genesis games, too. And I remember reading that they did have to, the teams behind them had to take the old game and, you know, take pieces of it and completely rebuild the game to make it work in the 3D plane on the 3DS, which I thought was pretty interesting. Somehow they still got the game to, like, work and function just like it did. By the way, if you want to watch someone who's insanely knowledgeable about Diablo 2, Mr. Llama SC, he's the rare speedrunner who knows a game beyond its exploits and errors. Wow, that's cool. You can view character sheet inventory at the same time and still see the game world. Amazing. Character sheet. Yeah, I like that. That looks real slick, doesn't it? As a druid, though, I have no idea what I would be upgrading at this point, to be quite honest. What do we want for a skill? Elemental. You have not learned that skill yet. It is Firestorm. Shapeshifting. I always wanted to jump right into shapeshifting in this game if I ever started a druid, and with the limited time that I played it, I should say. All right, so we got normal attack, throw, and here we want to change into the werewolf. There we go. Hey, look at that. Now let's take a look at the old werewolf. You guys ready? Oh yeah. This werewolf, he's kind of naked in a lot of places, isn't he? Look at that. He almost looks like he's wearing werewolf panties and a top and stuff. But you switch back. This werewolf looks way cooler. Not gonna lie. Quake Nerd, hey buddy. I officially have Trench Broom, so now I'm taking notes from Dump Truck's videos, mainly the entities. Yeah, dude. Dump Truck has a lot of great tutorials on his YouTube channel, so definitely check that out if you're making Quake stuff. And I'm sure you have already, but make sure that you, you know, join the Discord too. Notice that you have a reflection of sorts in the puddles of water. I did not see that, Scarecrow. I gotta go check that out. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, look, not in the original, but here's this. Man, that's cool. Nice, nice pick there. Drew is usually vitality and then strength for shapeshifting or intelligence for okay, so I'll probably end up going strength if that's the case. Because I want to shapeshift, dude. I want to be a werewolf, I want to be a bear. Whatever you got, I want to change into that. Also, you guys watching this, I appreciate it for sure. Hopefully you're not thinking I'm going to be like speed running this or anything. I'm going to be kind of taking my time and just enjoying it. And I don't think it's going to be a long stream tonight. Just wanted to jump in and do a little chatting with you guys and check out the beta. I don't even know how much time I'll put into the beta because I'm pretty sure I read that the progress is not going to carry over to the final game. So if that is the case, then I'm not going to put a whole hell of a lot of time into it. I was kind of just more curious if it was something that was going to still make me queasy or not all these years later. But I think that I'll have absolutely no problem playing this with a friend of mine for sure. Oh my god, get back over here. Look at that. Stupid. Werewolf time. The werewolf trot is actually pretty cool looking. Look at that. He puts his hands on the ground there. Okay, so he always kind of did that. They're just emulating that. Just the animation is so smooth. Interesting. I will say that when they first announced this, I really kind of expected them to... I thought that they were remaking Diablo 2 in the Diablo 3 look and feel. I thought that that's what they were going for, but that wasn't the case, obviously. They were just kind of remaking what was there. And it's you know, it's very loyal to the original look, even though it's, you know, in 3D now. Though I don't know if the game itself is actually in 3D or if this is kind of like a 2D illusion. Which, you know, might be. You guys probably know more about that than I do. Hey, Osri. Good to see you, buddy. How are you? Just casually playing some Diablo 2 Resurrected. Fairly certain that the trees in the HD version are sprites, just on how the light from your character impacts them. Yeah, you might be right. Let's turn the map off for a second here. I mean, it's possible that everything's a sprite here, right? That we're looking at. It's just everything was modeled in 3D and exported, possibly. I don't know. It'd be really interesting to see like a what do they call them? The post-mortem or whatever. on the game. If you know, one of the developers comes out to talk about it, I think that would be pretty sweet. Great, working and hanging out, Osric. You working on the game? Viscera Fest? Nah, most of this is 3D. Okay. Yeah, you would know better than I would, for sure. I will say one thing that... I know it's just an ARPG, it's not supposed to have that kind of feel to it, but... One thing I really liked about Diablo 3 was the way the fighting felt. You felt very powerful. Like, when you hit something also, it felt very... you know, for lack of a better term, like visceral. You know, it felt like you were hitting them. It felt powerful. This, you're kind of... I know I'm just hitting them with a club at this point. Like, I don't have any cool abilities. I just wonder if, like, with the Sorceress or the Barbarian, if you're, like... It feels more mighty when you hit. It feels more satisfying, I guess is the word. Alright, we gotta use a Scroll of Identity on these boots. And equip them. Let's see, that's a two-hander. We got bolts. Another Scroll of Identify. We can get this ring going. Look at that, I got a ring already. And a new skill. Improves duration and life as a werewolf. Always want to improve life as a werewolf, right? Okay, we're doing strength and vitality as mentioned. There we have it. Let's see. Yeah, I should say I'm decorating an area with corpses and scorch marks engraven. Wow, mostly listening. Yeah, man, how's the Graven stuff going? I should ask. Everything working out on that front? I know you guys probably had a tough time the past year with, you know, the pandemic and everything like that. Though I think you guys are pretty much working remote anyway, right? So maybe it didn't impact you too much? Hopefully not. The way the character model turns black. Yeah, I know. It's a little stiff, isn't it? How does it look when he runs? Yeah, it's a little jerky, isn't it? But that is how the original game was, so maybe they wanted to keep that aspect of it. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna do some werewolfing. Come here. Like right there, I'm like swinging at the dude, and it's just like when you whiff, it feels like nothing. You're just swinging at the air. It literally feels like that. Real weird, man. All right, there was a little cave over here. I don't think I went in. Let's go check this out. Den of Evil. Oh, we got one of those big Yeti things over there.
This is where evil hides.
All right, so here's the quest log. Kill all the monsters in the den. Let's do this. It's our first real quest. Bring it on, Gargantuan Beast. Yeah, that didn't take much, did it? Take him out! Go after the shamans. Let's see here. Yeah, that is partially because Diablo 3 does a lot of post-processing where they do small warps and around the impact space. Particle spawn, foliage wave around it, help blur the experience. Yeah, I mean, they're all tricks and illusions, right, to make everything just feel more, like, hard-hitting and whatnot. And that's true, audio component is important, right? Back to Wolf. Shaman. Shaman can bring those little dudes back. Yeah, for Graven, you were always remote. It's hitting us more now because we had losses among immediate family. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Losses among the immediate family for multiple team members and others actually getting COVID, yeah. It's been a hell of a year, man. Well, hell, year and a half now at this point, really. It's been a crazy time, that's for damn sure. But I'm sorry to hear that about people's family members passing or getting sick. It's just not a good time. We were very, very careful with it last year. I started working remotely myself, and we basically didn't leave the house for a long time. It was strange because, you know, we have a you know, the baby. He's 2 now, but, you know, we had him, and we were being so super careful about everything. I don't really talk about it much on the channel because I figured at the time people are surrounded by it. I was going to keep everything about games because I was like, you know what, they don't want to hear about COVID crap because that's what everyone's dealing with in their lives every day, you know, so. But anyway, I digress. Very sorry to hear that. I really need a new club or weapon or something. Yeah, you guys would know more about the development and 3D stuff than I would, Osric, but yeah, you said that his weird jerky turns was the giveaway for it being fully 3D. Gotcha. Die, Shaman. It's a potion. Oh wow, I'm actually full already. Okay. Let's see, Spirit, Defense. Okay, so that's way better than that. Throwing knife. So it keeps giving me bows and arrows and stuff, and I'm kind of sitting here like, is this what I should be using? Oh, right, and I forgot you actually do have to put potions into slots down here. Oh, Diablo 3 really, like, streamlined a lot of this stuff. So it's kind of interesting coming back to it and, you know, dealing with it in this way. Yeah, let's drop this. Let's see what the boots give us. Drop. There we go. Defense 4. It's higher defense. Yeah, why not? At this level, who really cares, right? Oh, you can see my armor shoulder pads have changed there a bit. Let's see, drop the arrows and bolts. They aren't useful to take back for selling. Yeah, and I'm not going to use them, so... Actually, the bow's probably good. Arrows. Bolts. See ya. See you later. Alright, how far have we gotten? What do we got left? I thought I saw somebody running around up there, but we'll come back. There you are. Here come the wolf. Alright, Shaman. You're going down. If I can hit you. Oh, about to get mobbed. Gotta kill you first. What did you drop? Superior dagger? Superior to what, I ask? Probably to what I'm using, honestly. There we go. Oh, I'll hold on to that just for selling. Okay, off we go. Dead. I love what the gargantuan beasts look like, though. Look what they used to look like. They almost look like they had like a butt face. They look pretty good now, though. I like the new 3D model for them. Jeez, zombies. Stab them in the face. I love that the druid's animation for the dagger is he holds it like Michael Myers in Halloween. Like, I usually see rogues with a dagger, they'll, you know, kind of do a poke. This guy's like, nope. I'm Michael Myers, bitch. Come on, kill this guy. Let's go. There you go. Thank you. Got him. Look at these assholes just scattered, man. Get back here. Level up. Where's the shaman at? He just brought that guy back. There you are. Wow, he doesn't even need line of sight. Sash. They'll be putting that right on. Oh, I do have a cap. Okay, I was like, I don't think I have a cap yet, but apparently I do. It has to be better than what I got, right? Let's see. Yeah, much of the loot is dropped without regard to your class. Yeah, and that's, you know, I was mentioning that Diablo 3 really streamlined a lot of that stuff because they made it so, like, what drops is going to be usually pertinent to your character in that game. So, say what you will about that game. I know a lot of people were hating on it. It was interesting. That game had this life where people put thousands of hours into it and would talk on the Blizzard forums like they hated it. They were like, oh, this game's terrible now. I'm like, you put 2,000 hours into it. Like, if it's terrible, why do you keep playing it? What's wrong? Maybe they just need a cuddle or something. I'm not sure. But hey, I don't mind taking a step back either and playing a game that doesn't have everything streamlined. It's fun to kind of step back to those games every now and then. Load up like an old, you know, Baldur's Gate or something like that. Alright, skills. Let's get this out of the way here. Let's raise that. Stats. Okay, looking good. Oh, looks like we have some kind of elite zombie there. Kill this guy. Transform! Corpse fire! Go down to the den, but beware of corpse fire. Just keep whacking here.
I am overburdened.
I am overburdened. Ain't that the truth? Alright, kill this guy. We'll check out the quest log here. One monster left. This will be fun. Play hot and cold. Try to find him. Okay, we got that. What do we got some leather armor that needs to be identified. I have a scroll of town portal. I do not have a scroll of identify. Who's got the better sash? Belt size plus 4 slots. Oh yeah, I forgot that the belt gives you slots. Now I can carry more of this crap. Get it out of my inventory. Plus 4, plus 4. Alright, great. Even the belt has durability. Okay, great. Sash. Okay. There's one enemy left somewhere. Let's go find him. Don't need the bolts. Diablo 3 was really bad until the expansion released. You think so? I don't know that I would agree. But I didn't play a lot of Diablo 2 either. Game, as I was talking about at the beginning of the video, actually made me queasy to play it because of the old graphics. Like, I could not play it like this. The jerky movements and the way the ground moves here is already, like, kind of getting to me. Makes me a little motion sickness. But regardless, yeah, I thought I had a lot of fun with it. I didn't have any issue with it. The worst thing about Diablo 3 was that real money auction house that they had. That was messed up.
Is that all of them?
But that was sort of like, I would say, one of Blizzard's obvious steps into like where they are now as a strange company. What a fall from grace for Blizzard. You know, not even just with the recent events in the news, but just like with the way that they've treated World of Warcraft over the years, how it's now just basically pay to win or pay to progress, you know, it's just... Osric, what do you think of the new Quake episode, by the way? So I played, last night, I played like an hour and a half of the new episode, and I think it's quite good. So far, it's definitely on par with the Arcane Dimensions stuff. So if you haven't played it, and you like Arcane Dimensions, I think you are going to absolutely adore it. They really like came out swinging on that one, I think. Because I know a lot of people didn't care for Dimensions of the past. They thought it was a little too much of a step back, and they weren't very impressed with it, which is totally okay. I enjoyed it because I like old school Quake.
Hi there, I'm Charcy.
Charcy. But yeah, I think it's great. I think it's really, really good. Oh, you just beat it earlier today. Great. Yeah, last night it was already late by the time I got to check out the remaster, and I started streaming, and I was only able to do like a 2-hour stream because I was like, whew, I am tired. I can't play any more of this. And because this beta has a limited amount of time that we can play it, I was like, well, I could do Quake, or I could play a little bit of Diablo, so figured we do Diablo. Repair all, here we go. Alright, let's get rid of the club. We need a scroll. Who does the identifying in this? I forget. Get rid of that. Town portal, stamina potion, we got another identify. Oh, let's see. Diablo 3 people had adjusted to the fact that the game had been made for gamepads, and that was it was meant to be played as a Smash TV-esque brawler with skill set item management for maximizing power. That is true. They did build it that way, so there is a lot of validity in what you're saying about that for sure.
Good day to you, partner.
Hey, quite honestly, dude, I'm sorry. I do not have too much interest in chatting with you. Let's see. You got good helmet, good gloves. Is there somebody here that will identify stuff for me? Or do I need to buy a scroll from somebody?
Yes?
Gossip, Den of Evil, no. Oh, wait. Yeah, I gotta tell him that we did it? Is that...
That which does not kill you.
Okay, great. Quest log. Return to Akira. Who is Akira? Ah, down there. Okay.
I am a
There we go. Okay.
High priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler, to our camp, but I'm afraid I can offer you but poor shelter within these rickety walls.
Well, you know, Scarecrow, the only thing I could say about that, you know, you say Dopa doesn't play like Quake. I mean, maps released now don't play like Quake. You know, the original 96 Quake is a completely different animal compared to what is released now. And a perfect example of that is obviously Arcane Dimensions and the new Dimension of the Machine. You know, those two packs, you know, it's Quake, but it's a much more intense game, you know, so, you know, with Dopa, though, regardless of, you know, you know, where you want to go with it, how you feel about it.
Find a
I still
way
thought it was
to
pretty
lift
fun.
This terrible curse, and we
Kane identifies
pledge
items
our
once you rescue him.
loyalty to
Otherwise,
you
use identify
for
scrolls.
all time.
Yeah, I was looking for someone to buy the scrolls from, but unfortunately, I did
You
not
have
see any in their
cleansed the den of
inventory.
evil. You've earned my trust.
All right, let's do that.
Welcome, Outlander. to
Welcome,
our glorious
Outlander.
couple. I know you're here to challenge
Akira
the
sells. Oh, she
evils
does.
of my
Okay,
rogues.
cool. Thank you for the tip, sir. It's like someone around here has to sell it, right?
Good day.
Ah, here we go. I'll take 2 of them tanks. Put that on. I feel like the one I have on I might keep. I identified that one, but not sure I'm gonna use that. Like I said, this early in the game, not really that big a deal anyway. I guess the real question for you guys, though, because me just being the player, being more of a gamer than a designer or a developer, how do you feel about them possibly remaking Quake in the future? Because I'm guaranteed that them, you know, releasing this remaster and then like waiting to see how it sells is going to be somewhat of an indication as to whether they're going to do a remake, you know, a reboot. So, quite honestly, I'm kind of okay with id or Machine Games kind of taking it on, because, you know, Machine Games I felt like did really good with the Wolfenstein reboot, and id obviously did great with the Doom reboot. Both games are pretty damn good. Or maybe it'll be like a amalgamation of the two teams. Maybe they'll work together on it. I don't know, but I feel like it is a sort of the remaster release, though, is an indication that's where they want to go next, and I think that they could make something really, really cool. Get him. I know that the Quake community has very angry feelings about any kind of reboot being created, though. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I feel like everybody was really angry about the Doom reboot too, but those I feel like have been pretty cool. You know, and you know, with them still releasing the original Dooms and everything that are available, you know, wherever to play, I feel like is such a great move as well. But it's a different landscape now too, considering Microsoft technically owns Doom and Quake and all these now, right? It's so strange. Bethesda buys id, Microsoft buys Bethesda. Look at that, and now they're all on Game Pass. You can play them. It's so strange. What a strange and wonderful time for gaming. That's for sure. Remake bad games with good premises, leave good games alone, get me good Witch Haven and Tech War games. Yeah, I can't agree more on Witch Haven, that's for sure. I've talked about it on the channel before, but yeah, man, Witch Haven, I remember buying that in the 90s, thinking like, man, this is going to be freaking cool, you know, after playing like, you know, Hexen and Heretic and stuff like that. And I hated that game. I really did not care for it. Back of the box looks sweet, though. I was really looking forward to that game. And look what it did. Osric is down for a Quake reboot, though it being Quake, there are certain stipulations, things I would want to see from it that I wouldn't have for, say, a game like Doom. It's a well-designed, fun game. I'll probably enjoy it regardless, but I guess I can say my thoughts on it are complicated. Hey, man, I get it.
Beware.
I tend to try to keep an open mind about this stuff, because, like, I don't feel like game reboots are necessarily like movie reboots. I'm much more angry about movie reboots when they're announced or they come out or whatever. Because I feel like with games, for some odd reason, at least for me, it's a little bit more forgivable because you can, you know, gaming has always been sort of based on technology, and I know to an extent movies are too, but for me though, I can watch a movie from the 1960s or 70s and enjoy it just as much as I enjoy a movie now. In fact, probably more so. But that's not usually the same for games with me. Sometimes I'll load up an old game and I'll have a great time with it, and other times I'll load it up and I'll go, what in the hell am I doing right now? You know? So, you know, like you said, it all depends. It is a complicated thing, for sure. I feel identical on game and movie reboots. Really? Interesting. As in, I feel that they're identical to each other. Yeah, I definitely feel like they're different animals. I feel like they both deserve the same amount of respect as far as like an art form goes and all that kind of stuff, but they are completely different animals. I mean, the same business practices can be applied apparently, you know, so that's not a surprising thing, but yeah, like I said, as far as the technology thing goes, like, you know, I look at Mario, you know, any Mario game that comes out, especially a 2D one, it's technically kind of a reboot, right? You know? They come out with, like, new Super Mario Brothers on the Wii back when. It's technically a reboot because they add different suits and they add different enemies and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a sequel, but, you know, it's kind of a reboot. They actually, a better example would be, like, them doing something like Mario Odyssey, where they, or even Mario Sunshine, where they completely changed the dynamics of the game. And those are just considered like iterations in the series, you know, so I don't know. As Osric already pointed out, it's a complicated thing. Oh, these skeletons are pretty damn powerful. They're kind of kicking my ass here. I don't fault anybody's feelings towards any of that stuff. I completely feel when people are angry about something being released that they don't feel needs to be released, especially if it's a game that they grew up loving. So if I see people that are angry about like a Quake reboot or something like that, I think their feelings are completely valid. So I don't fault them for that. But me personally, interested to see what they can come up with. Because like I said, I think the Machine Games stuff, or the Machine Games developed Wolfenstein games are actually a lot of fun. I know a lot of people didn't care for those, but I had a ball playing them. Smacking this lady up right here. Woo! The tech divide in games for me is in input fidelity. Can we assimilate the player's input sufficiently? If so, then leave it be, which basically translates to it needs to be 30 plus. Yeah, I get you. It needs to be like at least 30 years old for it to be rebooted. Well, Quake's almost there. 25 years, my friend. Best way I could say it is I view Doom as being a much more flexible brand than Quake. If we were to see Quake 1 reboot, I would want it to veer much closer to Quake 1 in design than Doom 2016 was to classic. Not a literal one-to-one recreation, mind you, but I wouldn't want to see things like upgrade menus and the like. I'd want everything to be more in-game without the need for external elements intruding on the game's simplicity. I get what you're saying. You want to keep the game simple, like it is. And I can definitely see where you're coming from with that. I think it's a hard argument to make nowadays, though, just because there are so many classic-style FPSs coming out that do keep things pretty simple. You know, I mean they're coming out fast and furious nowadays. So if they came out with a new Quake and like kept things pretty basic like they had the original game, I don't know that they would be able to contend with what's already out there. I think they would have to do something different. I could see them making a Quake where, like, they make it so Ranger could like walk on the ceiling. You know, like he hits a slip gate and it changes the gravity and, you know, moves the monsters around and stuff like that. I could see them doing something crazy like that. Jumping, you know, jumping through the void from rock to rock with the gravity all messed up. I could see them doing something like that. But, hey, I don't know, man. I'm not the idea guy for these games, for sure. I don't even know where they could take it to make people happy, honestly. I think they did as best as they could with Doom 2016. And I think that a lot of people were like, wow, they kind of knocked it out of the park after they rebooted development like several times, right? So I was hoping they would get it right. And it's a good thing that they did, because I really like 2016. And then, you know, Doom Eternal comes along and they're able to sort of like take 2016 and turn that on its head and keep going with it. So who knows? Maybe we'll be talking about Quake reboot in a few years, thinking like, oh my god, I think I might, I might die if I go in there. We might be talking about the Quake reboot in a positive light at some point, saying like, yeah, you know what, I kind of like what they did with this. But who knows, dude? The Hungry Dead. Alright, time to switch. The other thing I'll say about this Diablo 2 Resurrection remaster, whatever the hell you want to call it, playing it alone, like, I'm enjoying, like, streaming chat with you guys here, but playing this alone, I don't know that I would play this much alone, like, without being on stream. Like, luckily I have a friend who is a huge Diablo fan, you know, so, because personally I don't think that I would play this much by myself. It's cool, but it's like, it's just kind of like a little, like, I know it's an ARPG, but it's just like, it's kind of one note at this point. Like, I'm not having fun, it's just like, I would have more fun with a friend, for sure. Just crazy, because when I was younger, I played the hell out of Diablo 1. Played a lot of that game single player when I couldn't get online and stuff, so... It's different times back then, I suppose. I think I've been spoiled by games lately. In this day and age. There's a superior buckler. That is better than what I got. Short sword. Kill these guys and I'll see what you guys are chatting about here in just a moment. Get him! Kill him! Okay, great. Okay, we'll pop that up. New stats. Yep, Scarecrow says there's a complication of a new thing coming along with the same name. Always, right? Always. Search results and media algorithms alone force different products and communities to overlap and collide. Quake is almost there in age, but we hit that input sufficiency in '93 with Doom. Compare Doom player input to Wolf 3D player input. I don't know that I'm completely following you on that there, sir. So Osric saying you're not sure that you couldn't, or you're not saying you couldn't expand on the ideas and the systems, but I would want all those systems to be in-game and not through external menus and the like. Like if you were to add Metroidvania-ish elements where the player gets new abilities, just have it be an in-game pickup rather than something that's tied to an upgrade. Oh, I see. You just don't want upgrade menus and stuff. I getcha. I'm sure that could be easily avoided. I think that if it were me, I would do different types of slipgates that change things up. The slipgate is kind of like, you know, it's such a trademark of the original Quake. I think that is what I would do. I would do something with those. So whether you step into it and you go, you know, maybe there's like a time travel thing. You know, you step through the slipgate and you go back in time, or you go further in time in the same level. You know, there could be a lot of cool stuff with that, I think. Monsters could change or arrive or show up. I think that would be pretty sweet. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Like I said, not a designer here. Barely an idea guy. But that might be kind of fun. Scarecrow played a bunch of Diablo last week, mostly 3 this week. Was playing Metroid Exodus last month. Metroid Exodus is great. That game scares the crap out of me, though. It's so spooky walking around the area with, you know, without anything protecting you and whatnot. I played it for a couple nights back when it was on Game Pass and they were about to take it off of Game Pass. Oh shit, I'm about to die here. I told you that room was going to be tough for me. Die. We're just going to kite a few of them out here and take them out. Oh, these archer ladies, man, they do some damage. And then they run! Get back here. Oh, I gotta go back to town. Okay, finally, you're dead. Alright, we're gonna run back, head to town, I think. Actually, I didn't even realize what time it is. That might be all the time I have tonight for a stream. I didn't realize how late it was. And we weren't gonna do a long stream tonight, I just wanted to play a little Diablo. Maybe give my thoughts on it here during the live stream. Yeah, I don't think that this is bad. I really like the graphical update. I mean, look at this comparison. This is insane. But like I said, I think when I purchase, I think I'm going to get this game because I have a friend of mine who's a Diablo nut, and we played a lot of 3 together. And I think I will get this game to play with him. But I don't know that I'll be playing this much on my own. It just, I don't know, it feels... I don't know. I'm not super impressed with the gameplay. You know, I don't think it's awful. It's just a little boring on my own. I have a lot of games like that though, guys. Like, you know, the same friend and I played through, was it Far Cry 5? And that was a game I had absolutely no interest in playing single player in, but when we played it together, it was a ton of fun. So I just have games like that where I'm like, I will only play this with people. I only play this co-op, you know. So I think this is going to be one of those for me. Scarecrow ignores the notion of playing just the latest, or that a game being old means that it is in the past. No, I'm with you, man. I definitely give any game a chance, regardless of the era it came out or anything like that. But there's definitely some games that are tougher to go to, or to go back to, I should say. I think you can admit that with me for sure, huh? Osric, from a lore narrative standpoint, they greatly expanded on Quake's base, with champions introducing gods and fleshing out Quake's realms. And I think it would be awesome to take advantage of that with a single-player game, not to mention what they've done with Ranger in the game comic. Yeah, I haven't kept up on a lot of that stuff. I actually haven't played Champions in a while. I actually was one of the few people who actually thought Champions was fine. A lot of people hated that game and wouldn't even give it a chance, wouldn't even try it. But I thought it was pretty cool. I think it got a lot of flack for no reason. I think the only reason it did is because people were like, oh, why you're releasing a non-single player Quake, another multiplayer like Quake Arena, Quake, we already got Quake Live, just a lot of that crap. I was just like, whatever, man, give it a shot. It's like free to play, like, try it. I don't know. But yeah, guys, yeah, I don't know. I feel bad because I feel like I should be more excited for this game right now. I feel like I should be way more excited for this Diablo 2, and like playing it right now is just like, I don't know, it's not doing a whole lot for me. Hot take, Champions is my favorite multiplayer game. That's totally okay, man. I think Champions is really cool. I should go back and play some more of that, because I remember playing it on stream and having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, one of the other ideas I thought of while we were chatting here, you know, maybe if they reboot Quake and you go through the slip gates, you can time travel. Maybe you could also like bounce around between different champions. I mean, the idea, if you're in this Quake world and there's other champions or other characters that are available to play as, and maybe they have different abilities or different pickups they use or something. I don't know. That would be kind of cool. Kind of like a Lost Vikings approach where you can jump around between 3 different like ranger characters or one ranger and whoever else. You know, they could use different guns and do different things. That might be kind of cool. I don't know. Something to think about. You can now use the Shambler arm as a lightning gun in Champions. That's pretty sweet. I like that. Let's see. Champions took a while to find its balance, but that balance is mostly found in 1v1 and 2v2. Not a fan of the FFA in it. I really like the FFA. I always thought that the capture the flag was like kind of not all there from where it was in 3. Something about it felt like paced strangely. I couldn't put my finger on it, but it just never felt right. Oh yeah, and that's the story of Quake 3. But there you go. I'm just rewriting what they already got. They could just use that and make it a single-player game. Boom. What 3 champions would you pick, though? If they were making a single-player game, they're going to pick 3 champions. It would be Ranger. It'd probably be Visor, Sarge. Those 3, or who would you pick? Yeah, Osric, I was the same way. I really like FFA, or Team Deathmatch was a lot of fun too. I like both of them. I like a big deathmatch game. It's just fun. You're just jumping around being silly. That is to say, I mean, there's definitely a place for 1v1 and 2v2, especially these guys who play, you know, on the live streams, and they're just amazing, right? Ranger, Uriel, Klesk. Oh, Klesk. Yeah, that's a good pick. Klesk is cool. I really liked him. You wouldn't go Orb? Ranger, Orb, and the biker guy. What was his name? Make it like a complete like misfit package. That would be really silly and funny. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for me tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting me while I played this. Like I said, this game's kind of bumming me out. I really wanted to be more into this. I'm pretty sure the biker guy was biker. I wanted to say biker, but I thought it was going to be wrong. What, there was biker, and then wasn't there like the bigger lady too? That was she supposed to be his girlfriend or something? I forget. And technically, I think John Carmack was a character in Quake 3 at one point, right? So he could technically be one of the 3 if you wanted to pick him as a 3rd. But guys, thanks for joining and chatting with me during this lonely stream here. I hope, like I said, I hope everything is going good with Graven. Osric, I hope everything is going good with Viscera Fest. Wish you guys a lot of luck with those for sure. Obviously, I played them both, and they're both pretty sweet. But yeah, this is going to be it for me tonight. But yeah, I'm just... this game kind of bummed me out. I don't know how else to put it. I guess I amped it up too much. I was coming into this, like, too excited for Diablo, and, like, now I'm in it, and I'm like, I don't know, whatever. Hopefully when I play this with my friend, I'll be more into it, but we'll see what happens. But, yep, adios, guys. Have a great night. And, of course, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.